Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to trace something truly fascinating together. Imagine, if you will, the incredible journey of how investing transforms as a portfolio scales up from just a few $100 to literally hundreds of millions. It's not just about adding zeros to a bank account. It's a complete evolution of strategy, mindset, and influence. Okay, let's dive into this. Just look at this contrast. You've got a beginner starting out with $500 on one side and an elite investor controlling over $340 million on the other. Now, both of these individuals are buying stocks, right? Both are trying to grow their money, but they are playing completely different games. The mechanics, the risks, and the sheer scale of their decisions are just worlds apart. So let's break down exactly how this happens level by level.
Section 1. Starting small. The foundation.
We begin our journey at level 1. Now, this is the foundational stage, where your primary goal actually isn't about making massive profits yet. It's really about building essential knowledge. Here we are at the $500 mark, the beginner. At this level, every single dollar matters. You're probably brand new to the stock market, maybe picking up some fractional shares of big names you hear about all the time, like Apple, Tesla, or Nvidia. But here's the catch. With only $500 to your name, achieving true diversification is incredibly difficult. One bad trade, it has a massive, highly visible impact on your whole portfolio.
Because of that, the biggest challenge at this stage isn't making money, it's learning how the machine works. It's about understanding those charts and, honestly, absolutely crucial, controlling your emotions when the market dips. Almost every beginner falls into the trap of trying to get rich overnight. But hey, remember that most successful investors started right here? A small account and very big dreams. The goal is simply to survive this phase by avoiding those fatal overnight riches mistakes. Let's step up to the next level and see how this builds.
Welcome to Level 2, the learner, sitting at the $5,000 mark. Now things start getting pretty interesting. With $5,000, you finally have the capital to actually spread your money around a bit. You don't have to bet the whole farm on one tech stock. You can buy into a variety of companies, maybe mix in some ETFs, exchange-traded funds, and hey, maybe even pick up a solid dividend-paying stock. The training wheels, they are officially coming off.
And with that, the mindset fundamentally shifts. Investors at the $5,000 level stop treating it like a casino and start building actual strategies. You're actively learning about risk management, how to properly allocate a portfolio, and the real mechanics of long-term investing. This right here is the exact moment an investor realizes the stock market is a wealth-building machine for the patient, not a scratch-off lottery ticket.
Section 2. Serious stakes. Six-figure portfolios.
As we cross into this year, the tone definitely gets a bit more serious. We've hit level 3, the serious investor, at $50,000. At this stage, your portfolio changes everything because gains and losses suddenly feel very, very real. The financial impacts are actually felt in your everyday life. Just think about the math for a second. A 10% swing in the market now means a $5,000 difference. For a lot of folks, a 10% loss is like losing months of actual salary. That reality forces immense discipline. You're no longer just guessing, you're looking at company earnings, digging into financial reports, and meticulously following market trends.
So the crucial point is captured perfectly right here. Making money is important, but keeping money is even more important. Protecting your capital becomes a heavy focus. I mean, when a market dip can literally erase your rent money for the year, your entire perspective changes. You really begin to respect the market's volatility, operating under that golden rule to protect what you've built.
Arriving at level 4, we have this six-figure investor at $500,000. Welcome to the major leagues of personal finance. At this point, investing isn't just a hobby, it becomes a highly professional pursuit. You aren't just swiping around on a brokerage app on your phone anymore. Actually, a lot of investors at this stage start working directly with professional financial advisors to help manage all this wealth.
And a professional strategy means deep structural diversification. We're talking spreading out across stocks, ETFs, bonds, and real estate. Risk management is the absolute top priority now, because a major market crash could wipe out years of consistent, hard-earned growth. So these investors are absolutely not out there chasing the next viral meme stock. No way. They are meticulously preserving their wealth while aiming for steady, consistent returns.
Section 3. The Millionaire Mindset.
Now we transition into some really rare territory, where investing completely evolves from just a personal finance strategy into a full-scale business operation. Level 5, the millionaire investor. At $5 million, your portfolio is doing a ton of heavy lifting for you. Just a modest 8% annual return on $5 million, that produces hundreds of thousands of dollars in yearly income. You're earning a massive salary, literally just from the money sitting in your accounts. Plus, hitting this level unlocks doors that are completely closed to the general public. You get access to private investments, hedge funds, exclusive deals, and entire professional research teams.
And the psychological shift here is profound. Compare the beginner's mindset, simply asking, how do I make money, to the millionaire's focus, how do I protect and multiply wealth for generations? See, at the $5 million mark, investors no longer think in days or weeks. They think in decades. Investing is no longer just a way to retire, it is a family business.
Section 4. Elite Investors and Titans. All right, prepare yourselves because we're about to step into the stratosphere. We're entering the realm where investors don't just participate in the market, they actively shape it. Introducing Level 6, the elite investor at $50 million. This is just a staggering amount of capital. At this stage, your trades are so massive that they can actually move stock prices. You can't just casually log in and hit buy or sell without causing a ripple effect. Every single move requires careful execution planning because a massive order can literally shift the market itself.
Elite investors have an entirely new set of tools at their disposal. They hold large, controlling stock positions, sweeping commercial real estate portfolios, entirely private companies, and vast venture capital investments. At $50 million, your money is no longer just a simple asset. It's a complex system, and it's managed around the clock by dedicated teams of analysts, lawyers, and financial experts.
And finally, welcome to Level 7, the Titan, $340 million. This level is occupied by the true giants of the financial world, hedge fund managers, massive investment firms, and ultra-high net worth individuals. They aren't just investing in companies, they are buying massive portions of them. They influence corporate decisions. They're sitting down and meeting directly with CEOs, participating in lucrative deals that most of us will never even hear about. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer scale of the math. It's staggering. A single 1% move in a $340 million portfolio, that equals $3.4 million. That's more money in a single percentage point fluctuation than many people earn in their entire lifetimes. At this level, investing is a high-stakes game of influence, strategy, and preservation. Every decision is backed by exhaustive research and data. The stakes are absolutely enormous, but man, so are the unparalleled opportunities.
Section 5. Your first dollar matters.
It's really easy to get lost in those astronomical numbers, but let's bring this whole narrative full circle. Let's go back down to the starting line and look at the ultimate takeaway here. So what's the real difference between the $340 million Titan and the $500 beginner? Well, the fascinating truth is that they both started in the exact same place, with the decision to invest. Every giant portfolio you see today was once a tiny, fragile portfolio. The difference between the beginner and the Titan wasn't just pure blind luck.
The formula for wealth is actually right here in these 3 steps. Step 1, time. Just letting your investments compound over years and decades. Step 2, discipline. Sticking to your strategy when the market gets really bumpy. And step 3, patience. The true secret to market success is the ability to stay invested when others give up out of fear or boredom. Every successful investor had to master these 3 exact steps.
Which leaves us with this final, powerful truth. The journey to millions doesn't start with millions. It starts with the very first dollar invested. Whether you currently have $500, $5,000, or $50,000, the mechanics of wealth building are already in motion. So ask yourself, if the empire of a Titan begins with a single dollar, where will you invest yours today? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.